Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. Now, I, like you, am sick and tired of flashlight reviews on YouTube. There's just so many of the goddamn things that I don't even really pay attention anymore when I see them in my newsfeed, but I hope people are going to pay attention to this one. Because as many of you know, I only review alien technology on this channel, and this Olight flashlight is very much deserving of some exposure. It's a 2500 lumen flashlight with onboard USB charging that fits in the palm of your hand or in your pocket. So let's check it out. So I'm just going to cut right to the chase here because I know you got better things to do with your time than to watch yet another flashlight review. However, as I said before, this Olight 2500 lumen flashlight is probably the most powerful in the smallest form factor that you're going to get with a reasonable runtime. Now I'm just going to go over the pros and the cons of this flashlight. Now, I said it fits in the palm of your hand and in your pocket. You must remember that this runs on a 26650 battery, so the diameter of the flashlight body is going to be a little bit wider than your standard EDC flashlights. That said, I think the capabilities it has makes up for that, and also it does come with a little holster. It may fit in one of those cell phone pockets on the tactical pants. It doesn't fit in my proper 511 lightweight tactical pant cell phone pocket, but it still will fit in my pocket or a cargo pocket, obviously. Now, as I said before, it is very powerful, 2500 lumens. It doesn't have the greatest heat dissipation, so you are going to be limited in terms of how long you can hold that turbo mode on for. The big benefit of this flashlight is the onboard charging. Basically, you just open this waterproof rubberized flap at the back. You can charge via 2.1 amp USB, and one of the great things about this light is that you can use it while it's charging. So if you have a portable battery pack, you can use this flashlight even if it's dead and charging. So that charge through capability is excellent. Now, it is tail stand compatible, it is headstand compatible. I'm not going to bore you with all the details of the different modes and whatnot. Everybody just wants to know about the turbo mode. So it's double tap to turbo and it's triple tap to strobe, which I think is appropriate and does give this flashlight some tactical advantage, because if you were in a situation where you needed to use this for self-defense and you were frantically pushing the button, basically if you push the button 3 times very fastly, it's going to go onto the strobe mode, and even if you push it 5 or 6 times or 7 times or 8 times, it's still going to remain on that strobe mode. So you can't exit out of the strobe mode by pressing it 4 times in a row per se. It is IPX8 rating, which is the highest waterproof rating. It's only rated as being drop proof to 1 meter, so I would like to see that improved a little bit. There's no serrated get off me bezel on this, so it will be limited somewhat in its utility as a Kubaton. However, it still will help you get a nice tight fist around there, and honestly, you could give somebody a good whack with this if you needed to. It's obviously a little bit thicker, as I said, than your standard flashlights that run on 18650s. Then again, you're getting a flashlight which is going to run a lot longer than those, and of course it's going to be able to pump out nearly twice as much light. I would say that it's mostly a floodlight. It has a little bit of throw to it. I think the peak beam intensity is 20,000 candela, so not a very strong beam, but certainly more than enough to blind a person temporarily if they were within 50 feet of you. The biggest con with this flashlight is that it's a little expensive right now. It's $120. Now, Olight is renowned for making very high quality products. Like I said, I would like to see some potted electronics in here to give it a greater drop resistance. But for one of the most high-powered handheld flashlights on the market, that really isn't bad, considering about 6 or 7 years ago, something like this would have been absolutely unheard of, and you would be paying the same amount of money for a 200 lumen flashlight. But yeah, one other thing that I don't like about it is I think the button could be a bit more identifiable. I was trying it out in the rain, and when it's dark out and when it's raining, your tactile sense might not be as sharp as under ideal conditions, and it would be nice if that side switch stood out a bit more. And if it is on the table, it will roll away from you, so it doesn't have that roll stop feature. So there's many ways that it could be improved, and I look forward to Olight improving this light in the future. Now, Olight has some disgustingly bright lights coming out this year. They have one flashlight, which I think is 12,000 lumens. I hope that they send me one of those for review before they send it to 10,000 other people, because you just never know when you're going to need to permanently blind a stadium full of people. I got one more flashlight review coming up for you this week, and I promise that that's all I'm going to burden you with. It's some other alien technology from ThruNite, which is by far one of the most advanced handheld searchlights that's on the market today, so we'll check that out later in the week, and after that I promise you no more flashlight reviews for at least a month or two. Stay tuned, because I do have an upcoming installment of the After the Collapse series coming up entitled After the Collapse, Martial Law. And if you would like to purchase this Olight flashlight, I will post a link in the description. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out. Check out the Canadian Preppers Network blog, an excellent resource for survivalists and preppers.